don't know the trauma we endured and we survived through. Family is the anchor to the ship of which I'm tied to. So if I get this sinking, well, I guess I'm finna die too. It's true. I gotta get some shit off my chest. I ain't saying I'm the worst, but I ain't always been the best. Mama died in Florida, that's where they laid her down to rest. But I only visit twice in my life, and it's nothing I'm proud of. Brother, he got locked in them tears. Lose your life and your freedom, that's what everybody fears.
Welcome back to the Make It Home Safe podcast. I am one of your two hosts for today. Darell Dingle Kaz. I got a couple different aliases that I go by. We here for a pretty short topic. But yeah, we get to it.
Yeah, what up, your boy Russ, back at it again. Expect some more stuff like this. We're gonna mix and match hosts, put some different stuff out there. But yeah, we got a good one today.
All right, so this episode's gonna be more relationship based, I guess. Kind of, not really, but kind of it is. But the first question is gonna be: when you feel stressed or overwhelmed, what are some techniques or things you do to ground yourself?
You got it. I know you've been going through it the last 18 months, last year. So I think you should answer this first.
I write. I write a lot. I listen to audiobooks and stuff about like philosophical stuff about like how people have dealt with like pain, or how people have dealt with stress, or how people have dealt with success, or how people have dealt with failures, all that kind of stuff over the years.
Right.
I'm interested in a lot of that, and like when I'm reading or listening to it, I like write and take notes on what they're saying and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know, I guess study or whatever, I guess you could say, is how I get through it. But when I was younger, I used to isolate a lot, like get the fuck away from me kind of stuff. But I don't.
And that's like you say younger, like your early 20s. I know you have two sisters, so I know it's a little bit harder to do that.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, early 20s, yeah, and even high school. So like high school to early 20s. But then I got older, and I was like, I'm still pretty isolated naturally, but I don't isolate and like not text back or not answer calls and stuff like that when I'm going through stuff anymore. That was kind of selfish.
The growth. I love hearing about the growth, because I'm not going to get into Daryl's business or whatever. Daryl has dealt some very traumatic stuff over the last, like I said, 18 months, year and a half. And it's like, I knew Daryl, 4 or 5 years ago, and I still know Daryl, but like 4 or 5 years ago, he would have handled the situation completely differently. And I'm glad he hasn't done that. I'm glad, he's grown up. I hate to say grown up, but he's like matured in that sense.
For sure.
And it's easier now.
Without a doubt.
When I feel stressed or overwhelmed, what are some techniques, things? Bro, it's so hard. I listen to audiobooks. I just listened to The Art of War by Sun Tzu. But I listen to shit like that, or I'll I don't know. I try to take a nice walk. I live in the hood now, because if you know my story, I had to, pay $8,500, break my lease, move to where I'm at now. But I live in the hood. But when I can, I try to drive to a local park, take a nice walk. Alaska's beautiful. I mean, I hate it here, but it's beautiful. So I don't really mind going outside.
What's beautiful about it?
Green. I'm from Arizona, dog, so I don't have all this.
You're from Dirt City.
Exactly. You already know.
Hell no.
So I mean, it's just different to see that, I guess, for the most part.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. What would you tell your younger self about dealing with being overwhelmed and stressed and all that kind of stuff?
Being stressed. I'll be real with you. I was a hella emotional person. I would never come out openly and tell, but I've cried over some things in the past. And crying is okay for the young boys, young men watching this. It's okay to cry. I would just try to be more in touch with my feelings, more in tune with my feelings, because I try to do the same thing like you said, just bottle it up, and that does not help at all. You need to talk to somebody, whether it be a therapist, one of your homies. I know you can't tell the homies everything, but
if you got the right homies, you can tell them everything.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Some people don't feel comfortable telling the homies everything.
Yeah. That just made me think of Justice. Justice, he got problems, but
I already know.
That's all. That made me think of him.
So I have a question though. For you, having a daughter and whatnot, Does it add to your stress when she's not away, or your feeling of being overwhelmed when she's not like right there with you? So I
For
know you
sure.
have some like other stuff going on.
I was just talking to somebody about this last week, and we were talking about the differences in being a single parent, and she was asking me if it helped to be, does it help to have her one week and then not have her the next week and then get her back? Like you get kind of a break. And I was like, yeah, you get like a physical break. Like I can get other things done, I guess you would say. Like
Yeah,
I can clean my house. I can go to the store. I can do those kinds of things like more freely and get sleep. She just started sleeping through the night consistently, really, the last couple of weeks.
right.
So I can get sleep and stuff, but like mentally, like it's worse because I don't. Her latter environment is not the cleanest. I don't know how she's being watched. I don't know anything like that.
How she's being raised and all that
Exactly
stuff.
how, yeah. So I would say it's better physically, I guess, but mentally it's far worse.
It weighs on you.
Exactly. And like no matter what I'm doing, like it's always in the back of my mind. So
Yeah, and I guess it's hard. I'm like I said, I'm not gonna dive too much on what you got going on. Finding the common ground, because knowing you, I know you have a certain expectation of how you keep your living environment, your routine and all that. And I assume it's hard to like send your daughter to something else that is not, I guess I wouldn't say ideal, but exactly the same as yours.
yeah, for sure. I think that like for that, like you just gotta, I mean, that's obviously, so I made like what I've done is I make like lists or whatever. So on the list, I'll put things that are in my control and things that I can control and I can be intentional about. And then on the other side is things that I cannot control. And one of the things I cannot control is the other environment. So only thing you can do about things that you can't control, just pray about them. It's out of my hands. So
that's real. And I'm like I said, I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna send good vibes out too, because I couldn't even imagine having to like deal with that like at work when you come home at night, wondering if your daughter gonna eat, wondering if your daughter gonna get scratched up by a cat or something crazy. I don't want to, just wild stuff.
Yeah, for sure. People, I don't know. Yeah, people at work, upper leadership or whatever, like they're aware of like the stuff I'm going through. Yeah. So they'll always be like, I couldn't imagine going through what you're going through, especially at your age and just being able to handle it so gracefully and blah blah blah. And I'd be like, yo, that don't really help. Thank you, I guess. I don't know what you want me to say to that, but thanks. Yeah, I'm here. They're like, if you need anything, you just let us know. Which, I mean, that's dope. They have been like super, like if I have to go leave to go do something for like my daughter or something, like I don't even have to really ask. I just tell them what I got to do, and I'm able to go do it like without taking leave and stuff like that. But just I don't know the constant. I don't know. It's hard to comfort people or be there for people in certain situations. I guess like they don't really know what to say. I'm not really saying anything. Like I just come into work and like sit there and they'll say something. I'll be like, make like some sarcastic joke or something. They'll be like, oh yeah, how's your situation? I'll be like, nah, we're good. Can you not do that? But yeah, it's different.
I mean, that's the same thing in my situation. We've talked about it since the first episode. We'll get into my love life eventually. Maybe episode 100 million will do it. But
sure.
Yeah, when I was going through my shit, my coworkers are on the same thing, and it's like you can tell people want to be there for you, but like the words they choose are not.
Yeah, for sure.
Not ideal. I always think about that. Like, oh yeah, if you need anything, or like I can't imagine going through what you're going through, or like, oh, you're a better person I am. Like, bro, just say you got my back and you appreciate me being here, and like we'll go from there.
That's a fact.
But I feel it though.
My home, so my homeboy that I was stationed with in New Mexico, he was my roommate for a little bit while I was there. Really, he was supposed to just watch my house while I was deployed, but then he like came into my crib and lived there, and then I came back. It was time for him to get out. He was like, man, you should just let me stay. I was like, all right, man, yeah, sure, that's cool. So that's like my ace now. So he just got stationed out here too. And he's like the only person I like know, like we'll be at work or something. Somebody will be talking or like doing like too much. I'll be like, hey, just chill. just chill. Like he been around me long enough, so like I don't really have to say too much to him, or like something will just happen. He'll just look at me and be like, "Man, I know you got it." like that kind of shit. Like,
And it's always good to have somebody like that that genuinely knows you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hard out here. Question we
But
got.
no,
That's legit. What's your name?
The last one that we have on the docket is, what are the differences between your good relationships and your bad relationships? Since I went first last time, you gotta go first this time.
Damn. You know, my good relationships, there's no mental strains on them. I've had a lot of bad relationships. I'll say that. A lot of bad relationships. A majority, maybe 99%. My relationships have been bad. I mean, should we call it real? The girl I'm dating now and a girl in the past, I won't say names because my girl probably gonna watch this and fucking trip. But yeah, my bad relationships. And I hate to say like mentally abusive, but like people just they weren't raised the same way I was, and they don't have like the same communication skills that they'll have an issue and they'll be passive aggressive about the shit. And then like you try to ask them like, yo, like, so what, like, what's up? And then, you know, it's always nothing. And then, you know, 2 hours later they fucking blow up. And then it's a whole thing because you think everything's cool and it's really not. And they can't be vocal about what they got going on. And my good relationships, just been able to talk. Communication, biggest thing. I hate to say that because it's so cliche.
Yeah.
But able to have a conversation like an adult. And it not be like, you know, somebody trying to be like underhanded or like, you know, slight somebody. It's like, yo, we can have this conversation and we know where we're at. Learned a lot of good shit from my bad relationships. Shout out to all my exes. I know y'all salty as fuck right now seeing me do good, but hey, vibes is good over here, baby.
Man, so I was on some, it was like a Twitter video, some video was on Twitter or something, and Ultralight Beam, when Chance said, I bet that my ex looking back like a pillar of salt. I didn't know they was talking about the story from the Bible when they told him to just run and look forward, and then he looked back, or she looked back and got turned into stone, like turned into salt or whatever. Though I did not know that's what he was talking about. I was always like, I was sitting in line hard as fuck, but I didn't know what he was talking about. So when they broke that down, I was like, oh shit. Oh damn, that shit is hard.
Yeah, it's fuck.
Yeah, but you made me think of that when you said that.
Yeah, great song too, by the way.
Oh, for sure.
They'll flip the script on your ass like Wesley and Snipe. You can't fuck with the light, baby.
That shit was hard. Yeah.
But yeah.
Probably the only song I really loved on that album. Yeah.
30 Hours was good too. Don't play. 30 Hours was real good.
30 Hours was Andre 3 Stacks needed a verse. Like he didn't say nothing.
He harmonized. That made it cool. I
needed him to have a verse. I needed to hear from him. Hear what Erykah Badu put him through.
Hey man, you could see him just walking up and down the streets.
You
see the photos of him?
Wondering. Yeah, man.
People be taking them selfies. That shit it's not weird to me, but it's like, bro, I hope you're doing okay mentally because you look crazy every time I see a photo of you.
Hey, look, man. All I know is Delonte West was in the NBA one day, and the next day he was getting beat up on the side of the street on highways and shit. So, you know, now he riding horses and stuff. So, I mean, I don't know, man. The world's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
really your good relationships and bad relationships, though. You've had consecutive bad relationships. Hate to put your business on Front Street like that.
Hey man, you know that's what the podcast is for, I guess.
Yeah.
But I haven't had the best streak relationships, but you know, you gotta take something good from each of them. And what I took was leave white women alone. So no, I'm just kidding. But really, that's no, leave white women alone. People are just
real. After the shit with my ex, I told myself I was done dating white women.
So the main reason I say that is just because family dynamics between different races are different. So if you can't go into a relationship with a different race knowing that and be receptive or empathetic or whatever, what have you, to those differences, then it's not gonna work. And it's nothing that you can do to change that because that is just ingrained in both of you. So all of my bad relationships, what they have had in common is they grew up in dysfunctional families, which everyone's family is dysfunctional to a certain extent, but like
They're
I
not
mean
close knit
like super dysfunctional
like black
families.
people's families
They
are.
grow up, they're not
Mhm.
close knit. Like they didn't grow up like none of their siblings have any kid. Like their older siblings don't have any kids. Their older siblings are out all for themselves. They don't check on each other. They don't do anything like that. Like they saw like crazy shit from their parents when they was little and all that kind of stuff. Like they grow up and like hate their parents and stuff. Like yeah, that's not me. That's not this dynamic over here. Like I love my family, so like the people that are estranged from their families or don't have that family relationship and they get in a relationship and they isolate themselves from the other sides of their life before and put everything into this relationship and they expect the person that they're in the relationship to do the same. I'm not doing that. Like I've been close with my family my entire life, so I'm going to still be close with my family. They're still going to FaceTime me all the time. They're still going to call me all the time. I'm still going to take trips to go see them. They're going to come see me. Like that's so when that happens, like the person initially when you get in this relationship with them, they're envious of you and your family's relationship and oh yeah, they want this and they can be this. Then when they see that you actually really like love your family, like it's not a joke, it's not like kidding, then they get resentful and jealous of it. So then they try to pull you away from your family. Yeah. And it's never going to work. So you got to be cognizant of everyone's familial relationships before you get into a relationship too deep, because after a certain point, it's too late. And then you got court cases and stuff. So,
Yeah. And then you spend a whole bunch of money. And then, you got niggas like me coming on here talking crazy about it.
They don't. Exactly. It's not worth the mental strain.
100%. The family thing, I guess I never really thought about that when like pursuing a relationship or getting involved in a relationship. That, my bad relationships.
Main thing I ask now.
Yeah, my bad relationships. That has been one thing that's been like constant. I dated a girl, I won't say any names, but her mom was, her parents were divorced. Her dad was like in and out of jail and whatnot. Her mom used to fly men out. And it'd be like a revolving door of men for her and her sister to see. And it was she never really had a male figure in her life. And I hate to say she had daddy issues because her and her dad were like close, but it wasn't the same as having like the actual what do you say? Fathers need our kids need
kids need fathers, not visitors. For
not
sure.
the same thing with you writing your dad a letter in prison and then you doing all that. And it definitely like I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no. Family. I mean, man, look, people be there's this book I was reading. I volunteered at the Airman's Attic like last week, the week before, or something like that. Yeah. And I was just cleaning out like the books. People come in, they donate books, blah blah. So I was like getting rid of the old ones that look like battered and like trying to rearrange them in like genres or something, like acting like I work in the library or something, because it was cool. But there's one of the books like I was like stopping and just reading a whole bunch of books basically is what I was doing. And one of the books it said your childhood trauma is not a trophy to be worn and used as an excuse for your entire life. And oh boy, did that really resonate with me. Oh man, I tell you. And like yeah man, when I read that, I was like, I took a little picture of it. I brought the fucking book home. The book is I got the book, but I brought it home because I was like, oh shit, I'm an airman, get this book.
Yeah, it's free.
Find it out. Yeah. So but yeah. I haven't read it yet. I just got it. It's in my list of things to read now. But yeah, that line was real. That is what a lot of people will do and get into a relationship with you when they know they have not healed themselves. So yeah, that's another major key, probably familial relationships and then unhealed traumas, which I guess everybody's healing their trauma as they go through life, but there are people that are more interested in talking about healing their traumas than actually healing their traumas. And those are the people
doing it
that are always in relationships. And I don't know why. Be by yourself in the mud, in the hole that you belong in. But my good relationships, I would say, like you said, communication, yeah, obviously, but more when you argue, you're arguing the problem and not like arguing and attacking at each other. You're both trying to find a solution to the problem.
Not an attack. Yep.
Exactly. So you don't have to feel like you don't say something and they like jump to be defensive immediately when you weren't saying anything they need to defend. You're just saying like you don't get in arguments over telling someone how you feel about something. It's the main thing. You can't communicate and talk and be open and vulnerable, blah blah. If every time someone brings something up to you about how they feel, it turns into an argument, or every time you bring up how you feel and tell them, it turns into an argument. That's not where a relationship grows or fosters. So
Yeah. That's the biggest thing my dad told me. You got to validate your partner's feelings. And if your partner feels a certain way about something, like you should try to understand like what got them to the point of feeling like that instead of like shutting them down. Like, no, you're not, that's not right that you feel like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Good relationships, hard to come by, especially now. I hate to be like, oh yeah, this generation to mess it up. But I've gone on some dates during the pandemic. I've met some women, not on dating apps. Thank
Were
the
you
Lord.
safe? Were you 6 feet apart?
When we met,
Yeah.
you know, I wore a mask. And I got tested. Luckily, I'm one of the few people that I know who hasn't gotten
Same.
COVID. So, yeah, I've met, but that's the biggest thing: feelings, communication, the familial roles.
Yeah.
And it's hard dating women now. They see something on IG and think, you know, like these people have a perfect relationship. You're gonna struggle. You're gonna have bad days.
Relationship,
But people don't understand
man.
that.
I'll tell you what, one of my favorite things to like look at on Twitter when I do go on. If I scroll down my timeline, there's a tweet that I quoted of some girl saying that Quavo treats Sweetie so good and she wants somebody to treat her that way. Though I quoted that shit and laughed so hard, like just straight crying emojis. Dog, cause you don't know these fucking people, bro. Like you see, people want to show you the highlights and you want to be like, yeah, they nice. Like, bro, shut up. There's no celebrity relationship is relationship goals. No one's relationship period should be relationship goals to you, unless it's one that you can observe and see over time and through years and through different struggles. Like I don't know, like your fucking parents or some shit. Like stop having all these people that you don't fucking know be your fucking goals. Like that's weirdo shit.
And you don't know nothing about them. You know what's crazy? I had somebody back in the day. T.I. and Tiny was goals, and T.I. is a fucking weirdo now.
First off, Tiny looked crazy, so that could never be a goal of mine. But
yeah, you know, I forget what she looks like. I know she had the Smokey Robinson face, but that's it.
Smokey Robinson mixed with Sammy Davis Jr. mixed with one of them things from the Animaniacs. She's not it.
Okay, I mean, I wasn't checking for Tiny regardless. But, you know, it happened. It happened. You know what? Fuck it. I'll just ask right now. Love life going good? Dating going good right now?
It's good. It's straight, man. It's going good. I'm happy. Life is
good.
Life is good.
Everything's supposed to be.
Exactly.
I love
Everything is how it's supposed to be.
That's good.
There's always a light at the end of the tunnel.
Right.
If you don't see the light yet, just keep going.
Right. One day you'll get that goddamn.
Exactly. Or you're gonna fucking die and it won't matter anyway, nigga. Just keep moving.
Yeah, exactly. Don't harp on old shit. What J. Cole say? No looking back, don't want to see my prom pictures. Yeah. You gotta keep moving forward. And it's so crazy. I've had
You know who took the prom? You remember who you took the prom?
My junior and senior year, I did. Shout out to Stephanie and shout out to Alexis. Alexis just got engaged and Stephanie been married for a few years now, I think. They good people. We don't talk like that anymore. My girl not really cool with me, you know, doing all that extracurricular activities and shit. So I don't indulge in all that. I meant like talking, not obviously, you know.
Hey, look, man, I hear you. You ain't gotta explain nothing to me.
Shit, but
I'm on your side.
Yeah, no. But yeah, that's good. I'm glad you found someone that, you know, is cool, kind of funny. And when I think about that person, I knew you guys would bond over the R&B music. Y'all got same taste in music. I knew something would work out of that.
She stuck in the 90s, but you know.
Yeah, it happens. It happens, you know.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's good, man. That's real good. You know who you took the prom? Your junior, senior year?
I did not go to prom my junior year. I went my senior year, and I took Liza. I took Liza. Liza is fired now. She was fired in, but she took Liza. Yeah.
That's good. I hope
Shout out to Liza.
Yeah,
She's
shout out
living
to
life.
Liza. Shout out to Stephanie and Alexis too.
I bet you Liza look better than them.
You know what's crazy? I haven't seen Stephanie in like 10 years. And Alexis, I'm not gonna say anything because you know my girl is the best looking girl in the world. You know, about to get me in trouble right now.
Mine too, but that's.
But did Liza look better than probably? Probably. If you gonna gas it like that, then probably.
Look, man, I'm just saying. That's all.
That's good though. Yeah. I'm glad you're doing well, Darren. I'm glad we're here for this.
Man, I'm always doing well. Even when I'm down, guess what? I'm gonna get back up. So you kick me in my face so I can see who did it. Because when I get back up, woo boy, coming for fucking heads.
And that's the biggest thing. I just want to. This is my thing. I think Damian Lillard said this. Maybe it was CJ McCollum, but I always keep this in mind. Get them punches off when you down or when you up. Because when you down, everybody gonna let you know. I think it was Dame that said that in one of his songs. Yeah. But I'm like, yeah. Trust me, when I'm riding high, guess what? I'm letting y'all know I'm doing good.
I don't. Even when I'm riding high, I'm always low. I'm trying to be low no matter what. When I die, I don't even want nobody to know I'm gone. They go, I wonder what he's doing. I haven't heard from him in a couple years. That's all I want.
I'm not mad at that.
I died like 10 years ago. That's how I want to
be low key, yo. I'm about to get on that wave too. I just gotta find a way to get on StreamYard so I can get off social media. That's the only reason why I keep StreamYard.
StreamYard,
so not StreamYard. Keep Facebook.
Okay.
Keep Facebook so I can get on this.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's. I mean, I'm like, Nah, I don't think I'll ever get rid of Facebook. I might delete everything else eventually when I truly mature into the celestial being that I am meant to be. But until then, I'm gonna keep wilding out a little bit.
Also, I clicked on that Phantom Zone tweet. All my comic book heads gonna get that.
Definitely
my comic book heads gonna get that. I was like, yo, that was fire.
It was trash. Sure was trash. You came out shooting. I ain't gonna lie to you. I kept it civil though.
I'm in a good mood today.
I kept it civil because boy, I got some. I got fucking dog tags from people coming at me on social media.
But look, you do have some damaging material.
Oh, for sure.
Because if that recorded session,
for sure,
and when we had that conversation,
for sure,
yeah, if that ever come out, I'm done. That come out, I'm done. So I'm like,
but it's all good, partner. You put it in the right hands, man. Pause.
But you liable to be like, oh. So that's why I can't lightly when we get to these sparring sessions.
Nah, I ain't doing that. That's dirty. That's a different level.
I'm not mad at that though. But yeah, for the people listening to this, tomorrow night, Friday, every Friday we go live. We haven't really pushed that out live. But yeah, make sure to come through. We got over and unders. All the stuff we did on previous episodes, we do it on a live for interactions now, so people can like chime in and do all that. And we should start doing Thursdays more often, so you'll get these episodes more frequently starting soon, maybe next week. I don't know.
Maybe I'm my baby next week, so
bro, I'll talk to you after we get off this, but yeah, for sure.
All right, man, make it home safe.
My dog, y'all be good.
Y'all rocking with us. We'll holler at you tomorrow.